Hello, and I'm really sorry I can't be with you in person. I'm Tracy Francis, and I work for ARC Scotland. ARC works alongside people who need additional support and their families, and with people who work with them to make sure they can live their lives the way they choose. I'm also the parent of a young autistic adult, so I know firsthand how hard it can be to work out what's out there, who does what, and what's right for your family. It adds a load of stress and anxiety at a time when, frankly, you've got enough going on already. So, over the past few years, we've been working with young people, with parents and carers, and professionals across Scotland to develop a new digital tool called Compass. Compass is an online tool that helps everyone involved in the transition process to have a better understanding of what they need to know and do to make transitions run as smoothly as possible. There are three versions of Compass, and you can see them here. There's one version for young people, there's one for parents and carers, and one that's tailored towards professionals. They're each designed to be appropriate for a particular user group, but all of them guide you through what the law says, what national guidelines say, and what good practice in Scotland tells us you should be able to expect. So for young people, a lot of the emphasis is on helping them understand what change means for them, so what it's going to look like. It helps them work out what matters most to them and to share their views and their ideas and thoughts with people they trust, whether that's a parent, a teacher, or someone else. The parent and carer tool is a bit different. For you, Compass gives you an overview of the transitions process and guidance around key topics like guardianship, finance, and transitions planning. You'll be given questions to answer as part of setting up an account and using Compass, but don't worry, this is completely anonymous. There's no way anything you put in can be linked to you or anyone in your family. The questions are important because they make sure you're given the information and tips that are most relevant to you. It's about your family, not the person next door or down the road. Let me show you quickly how it works. Depending on the information you put in, Compass will create a timeline for you like this. I created a young person called Joe, who's in mainstream school, but he could just as easily have been in a special school or out of school altogether. Joe is in his transition year, so he's due to leave within the next 12 to 18 months. As Joe's mum, I can see where we are in the process. I can look at what should have been happening to make sure I haven't missed anything, and I can get ready for what's coming up next. Learn More takes you to tips from other parents who have already been through the process to help you work out where best to put your time and energy. From the homepage, I can also create a personal to-do list that I can work through in my own time. So, for example, if I answer this question with no or I'm not sure, and the next one as well, it will add things to my list. When I go back to the homepage and go into the transitions topics, there they are sitting right there. And when I click on them, I get basic information and useful links to find out more. I can look at that whenever I have time and come back to it whenever I want. Every family's different, but answering the questions means Compass can help make sure you won't miss anything you need to know. Last but not least, we've added an A to Z. So if you come across any jargon that just doesn't make sense, you can check it out and find out more. Oh, and I should mention, you can use Compass for more than one young person. So if you have more than one young person with different difficulties and challenges, you can keep an eye on what they each need. All the tools link to the best and most up-to-date information that's out there, all in one place, and they are all specific to Scotland. We check the links regularly and we're revising and adding new information all the time, so you can be sure it's always accurate and relevant. The last thing Compass does is give everyone the chance to give feedback on your experiences of transitions. So for parents and carers, it's asking questions like, do you have the information you need? Are people listening to your young person? Are you working in real partnership with your young person and the professionals around them? Remember, I said everything you put in is completely anonymous, and it is. Nothing can be linked back to an individual user or their family. But this feedback means for the first time in Scotland, we can gather evidence about the bigger picture of how transitions are working nationally. And that's going to be really important in the future in showing what's working well and what isn't. I'm going to stop there because it's a lot to take in, especially when it's a video talking to you and not a real person. But I hope that's been enough to encourage you to give it a try and maybe let your young person know about it too. You may be able to scan the QR code on the screen now to sign up to the version of Compass that's right for you and give it a go. If that doesn't work for you, put this link in Google and it will take you to a page where you can find out more or sign up to any of the 3 tools. Once you've set up your account, you can email us through Compass itself. If you've got any thoughts and suggestions to make it better, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening. I hope it's been useful, and I hope you find Compass works well for you and your family.